There we go. Alright. Let's get to the thing so that I can fix the thing. And then all the other things. So many things. Come on, YouTube, work with me here. I know you like to be annoying, but please don't. I won't be able to read y'all's comments just yet. I'm trying to get the screen up on my computer and it's not cooperating. So that way I can read what y'all are saying to me. But I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi in my house or if it's YouTube just being a pain in the butt. But it's not wanting to cooperate tonight. Let's try this instead. Ah, now it's coming out. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Sorry guys, I know this is taking a hot minute, but okay. Pull this up, get in there, click that. Yes! Ah, great. People are in. Wonderful. Let me set the thumbnail real quick. I like to make thumbnails for my videos. It's very, very fun to work on, very fun to make. I'm not great at it, but sometimes it's just a lot of fun. And I even added a little Easter egg into this one. Most everyone will notice it, but I just wanted to do it. I just had to make it happen. Okay. May I add a description. This video is a walkthrough of a few of the maps in For Honor. We already looked at the breach maps. Now I want to see and observe some Dominion and Death. Alright, we'll save that. Beautiful. Let me get in your way if you want to watch Naruto. I was just busy watching One Piece earlier while I was working on my novel. If I'm to reveal secrets about myself right now. Yeah, I love One Piece. One Piece is easily one of my favorite animes out there. I just got to the Amazon Lily arc. I was rewatching it. I've been rewatching it over the past few weeks. Because one thing that I really like about One Piece, and I know that this isn't really the context of the video, but I do want to, I'm just kind of having fun at this point. One of the things I love about One Piece is, you know, it's this story, and it has so many, people, I like to call One Piece the tree. The big tree anime, because you start out on this one path, and that one path is the trunk, and that path, of course, is seeing Luffy become king of the pirates. But there's so many branches coming off of that one path. Like there's Zoro's side story about him becoming the greatest swordsman, Sanji's side story about him getting to the All Blue, Usopp's side story about becoming a brave warrior, and then those side stories have their own little branches, all these different things, and sometimes these branches are side arcs that the characters have to deal with, and it's just fascinating how these arcs can connect to each other and build this massive story. It really is an anime epic, and I very much enjoy it. I did actually a report on One Piece in one of my classes in college called Japanese Visual and Literary Arts, which was very fun. So, yeah, Eamon coming in. I'm officially the actually guy now. Yes, literally. But yeah, love One Piece. Loved it for a long time. I've been rewatching it. Got to Amazon Lily, and got to the part where Boa Hancock comes out, and I'm just like, yes, so much yes to that. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the maps in For Honor. We've talked about the Breach maps whenever I go through them, but some people have been asking me to go over the Dominion and Deathmatch maps. So today I'm going to play a few Dominion and Deathmatch maps and just talk about them. And when I'm in the match, I'll talk about what I think about certain things. And I'm also going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. This is kind of going to be a fun back and forth because tomorrow is going to be a double. I'm going to be very busy. Lots of stuff going on then. And I may talk about some story writing stuff. I may talk a little bit about the story with you guys. So this is kind of just going to be a fun sort of talk it out kind of day. So let's go ahead and get started with the Dominion map. And let's get started. So let's see what y'all are saying. If you could have any supernatural creatures in For Honor, what would they be, why, and how would you fit them in? I've thought for a long time about what kind of monsters or creatures I'd want in For Honor. It's something that I've thought about for a while, honestly. It is a good question, though. What kind would I want? Centaurs would be cool. I also would love Lamia, or Lamia, however you pronounce it. If we had more sea-directed maps, mermaids or stuff like that would be cool. Usually I would kind of lean towards creatures that are more humanoid, not like, I mean, I'm not against the idea of stuff like dragons or griffins or stuff like that, but for me, the more humanoid the better because it has a better chance of being dangerous and humanoid but killable. You know, when I think of dragon, I think, okay, we better get together an army to deal with this. But if you think a centaur, you could actually take that, maybe 1-on-1, 2-on-1, that kind of thing. So I think that if you make it a more humanoid creature, it's more fun and more of a credible threat that you could deal with in game. I could never get into One Piece. The art style and the main character's powers turned me off. Well, hey, to each their own. My cousin's very similar. My cousin doesn't like One Piece either. But hey, and it's not for everyone, but I personally like it because I think that there's just so much good about the story. There's so much fun to it. Like how effective they are, like how effective what are. And cool, I like going into custom matches and exploring the maps. This isn't a custom match. I don't want to go into the hassle of doing that. But okay, so we are currently at one of the samurai maps, and I'll be honest, this is one of my favorites, mostly for an aesthetic reason. I love this little shrine area right here. This is beautiful. Let's kill this Nushi and take a look at it. The only reason I don't do a custom match is because, honestly, I would get bored just walking around the map the whole time. Look at this. Look at how in-depth that is. This looks like an ancestral shrine, which looks really, really cool. You can kind of see the tomb back there, the shrine, or the ancestors that it's honoring. You can see some incensed candles here, which are very, very cool. This actually might be a tomb. That might be a coffin right there, which is awesome. I think that there's so much detail put into this. Look at the engravings here of the dragon. And I don't know what they're referencing there. That may be an Vajra or a warrior of Buddha, which would be cool. I don't know, don't quote me on that. Got the lions guarding it, which is awesome. There's just so much to like about this. I never liked this kind of balcony thing. From a game playing perspective, it just makes things more dangerous because everyone's going to try to push you to this spot. From a strategy perspective, whenever I fight someone here, I always try to shove them into these pillars so that I can get an easy heavy. But you again. With you. Oh no. Nushi brought back up. Grab my sword. Grab it. No, not like that. You'll learn one day, Nutsha. You'll learn one day. What? This isn't going to end well, is it? Finally got some backup of my own. I love having competent teammates. Ah, dang it. I dodged into a wall. Okay, so the thought of mythical creatures in For Honor reminds me of Age of Mythology. It reminds me of Warhammer Fantasy. I like the mountain castles in the background. Yeah, I want to get... let's look at it from this angle first. Look at this overall view. This temple looks so fascinating. So you got this mountain, you got the two guardians built into the side of the mountain. That must have taken a long time to do. Can you imagine the detail and time it must have taken to carve those in? And then you realize that the samurai have only been here for a limited amount of time, unlike the Vikings or knights. So imagine how much energy that took to do. Really cool. And look at the symmetry. I also want to point that out. Look at the symmetry. If you take your hand and just cut the screen in half here and just look at that A area part of the map, look at how symmetrical that is. The attention to detail is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. Let's head out this way. I want to take a look at the other half of the map real quick. Now look out here. Hold on. Most people don't look at this. I look at this. Look at that. Right back there. That's a garden.
You lost Zone A.
Isn't that cool? Look at the way this garden is designed. Even this area that we wouldn't be fighting in, they paid attention to the detail there. I wish we could go through this door. I want to go through this door.
You lost
but I can't. And then the giant sakura tree. Look at this giant cherry blossom tree. Can run underneath the roots. You again. I'm going to deal with you in the only way that I know how. Violently. Let y'all in a little secret. My brother hates assassins. Hates them. Alright. Okay, let's look at this. There's a Torii gate over there. Look at this, guys. This is supposed to be a garden. This is called Temple Garden, the map. That's what this map is called. Okay, so when I took a class on art in Japan, like Japanese art, every little detail matters in terms of art. Like, even the way that cherry blossom tree's branches oversee the waterfall, that is intentional. There's an intentional design to everything in Japanese gardening and Japanese art. Every little detail has to be balanced. It has to be symmetrical. It has to have meaning to it. Even the bridges, everything about... Oh, you're ruining my moment. Ooh, you're smarter than the average Sanhu, aren't you? Get out of here. As I was saying, the waterfall there, you can see the waterfall going back. You can see the layering of the mountains, which that too could be very intentional. Wouldn't that be cool if that was an actual intentional design to layer the mountains there? The way they set that up, that'd be so cool. You got your bell over here. Again, very neat. The enemy's dying too fast. You're not letting me really appreciate everything. Got a little shrine to the gods here. Very cool. Now look at all these little statues built along here. I'm reminded of that anime, Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, where Akisame Koetsuji builds all these Buddha dummies that look exactly the same. That's what I'm reminded of when I see this. And then last but not least, I want to take a look at this real quick. Got a samurai village on the other side over there. Got a samurai town. Look at that. See how much area the samurai seem to control right now? Isn't that kind of interesting when we always hear the samurai are outnumbered and they just we're just so small, and then you see this? Really? How outnumbered are you? That looks like a full-on city. But yeah, I love this map. This is a great map. It's one of my favorites to play in Dominion. It can be hard to maintain control of each territory, but that's what I like about it. In order for your team to win, you have to spread yourselves out. That's one of the problems I have with some maps like Beachhead. With Beachhead, you can quickly get to another zone very fast and help maintain control, which makes it a lot harder to win. It makes it a lot harder because as soon as an enemy gets an early lead, they can hold that lead indefinitely, which I hate. Let's pick another map. We just saw a samurai one. Let's do the Citadel Gate. I like the Citadel Gate, and the Citadel Gate will have an important role in the story that I'm telling. So let's do Citadel Gate next. All right. I would like a single-player For Honor game where you can have things like settlements, building, and character customization. That'd be cool. Mini Master Craftsman. I really want to see an open field battle like in the plains or the marsh. That'd be cool, too. The new show is like taxes. You just don't know when to stop. Correct. I was thinking about drawing the Raven Knight with a harpy. Why would you draw me with a harpy? I mean, I don't mind, but why? Go to the middle, then look at the defenders spawn, then the castles there look straight out of fantasy. They do. I saw that, yeah. Any advice for people struggling trying to make their characters fit into your faction, like the Noble Legion and whatnot, with backgrounds and whatnot? I'll talk about that once I finish up here, once I get done with what I need to get done here. In honor of the fact that I just released a Centurion video, I'm going to go into Centurion now. Terracotta Army. That's Chinese. Little late, but hey, I made it. I miss anything? We've just been talking about the different Dominion maps, but once I talk a little bit about this map, which I think I already have, I've touched on this map in a previous video, I'll talk a little bit about characters and stories. What type of story map do you want as a playable map? Let me get further into the story and I'll tell you. What kind of map would you like to see in For Honor? I'd love a naval battle map. I'd love to see ship fighting. That'd be really interesting to me. Why not a Harpy? Fair point. But then again, why not a Centaur or Lamia? I don't care. Just wondering, any confirmation about merch yet? Yes, okay, I'll be making some Raven Knight merch and releasing them later this month. I'll release a video announcing that officially. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The Blue Dome. This Blue Dome is going to play a crucial role in the story. This is going to be the location where the factions have their meeting to discuss the orcs. And this fire, oh god. My two most hated characters together at last. God dang it. I hate gladiators and I hate Aramusha. A cool map would be an open field or a forest. Yes. But anyway, okay, so while we're here, let's take a look at this. Look at the way this castle is set up. I said it in my previous video, but I'll say it again. This would be an ideal location for a castle, being right up here on the edge of a cliff or on the edge of a mountainside, because it'd be difficult to siege. But then when you get over here to the attacking portion, you just see a literal pathway leading up to it without any barricade. It's very underwhelming. Then of course you also have an entrance up here into the castle from this side, and then if you look, oh, we're in the Meyer version. Yeah, you have different versions of this based on which map you're in. Look at those siege towers down there. Those siege towers stuck in the mire. That's ridiculous. They'd be stuck there indefinitely. Shugi, come on, big boy. Oh, dang it, he's got the thing. Backing up. Hold on. Get out of my face. Fat man down. All right.
Zone A.
All right. So let's see. This territory right here, this area, this looks like a what do they call this zone? The armory. Not much of an armory. There's not a lot here. I mean, you got this back here, but that's not enough to arm most people. I also don't like this. This is a death trap waiting to happen. Just, I never like fighting in this little territory, in that little box. It's way too constricting. I also, nope, son, you ain't taking it again. Yeah, no. That headbutt's almost useless, I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't guarantee any real strike, and if you're playing against players, they're gonna be able to anticipate what's coming next. The only thing it does is drain a little bit of stamina, but really, if you know how to play your cards right, it doesn't make any lick of difference. Oh god, no! Dang it. How did the night map end up in the mire? It's random. If you look at the screen when you're picking your map, it'll show you what territory it's going to be in. You can always tell when you see the swampy background around it. Doesn't matter what kind of map it is, it'll be the mire. If it's snowing, then it'll be Valkenheim. If it's sunny and bright with forest, then it is Ashfeld. You can always tell. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. This is my territory, Aramusha. Anyway. So, yeah. Here's another thought. Why do they want to bring that battering ram over there to that door when that door is literally open? This is one of the things that I talk about in my siege video, like when we're talking about sieges, medieval sieges. You don't usually want to run out and fight the enemy head to head like this. You usually want to stay behind your castle and stay defended. There are, of course, negatives to that decision, but it's better than running out and killing people. Here, let's stab him. Ooh, gut shot. Very nice. That's so cool. We meet again, only this time, for the first time. I love kicking people as Centurion. No, you're not going to get away with that. One more time, and stab. Okay, so a couple people were asking me how would they get their characters into the story. Okay, let's talk about that real quick, because I do want to address that. I do not mind one bit adding your characters to the story, but there are a few things that y'all need to be aware of. I do need the characters' information, but I also need to know their I need to turn around. I also need to know what they're going to be doing in the story. It's one thing to create a character, it's another thing to create a relationship. For example, if you create a samurai of Amaku, great. Thank you for creating a samurai of Amaku. But in order for them to be a samurai of Amaku, they need to have some kind of relationship to the region, or to the daimyo, or to the samurai of that area. And if they don't have that relationship, then they're not really a samurai of Amaku, they're just another samurai. So what I need you to do in their background or lore is talk about what are they doing there. For example, some of y'all have created warmongers to join the Noble Legion. Cool. Why did they join the Noble Legion specifically? And then, what's their relationship to William? What would you see their relationship being? No, it would be you two again. But this time I've got backup. I've got Peacekeeper. Ain't gonna take me down that easy. Ooh. No hugging. No hugging. This is most obscene. So what I need y'all to do when you're creating your characters is basically tell me, okay, so firstly, what is the character, who is the character, what class are they, what's their weapon, all that stuff that you saw me do, but also talk about how they relate to the Legion, or Amaku, or Hraffenfell, or the Blue Dragon group. How do they relate? What is the overall connection? And then what is the relationship there? If they're going to be a knight of the Noble Legion, of course Knight Warden William has to bring them into it, since he is the leader of the Noble Legion. So how do they feel about Knight Warden William? Do they like Knight Warden William? Do they think that he's not fit to lead? Do they think that he is fit to lead? Do they want to follow him blindly into battle, or do they question his decisions? There's a lot we need to know before we can officially have them be in the Noble Legion. Otherwise, then they're just knights. Now, don't get me wrong. It's okay to have characters in the story that aren't officially with one of the legions or groups that I've created, but you need to make that clear. And if you need to make that clear, what are they doing in the story? For example, if you wanted to make a knight who is a member of the Iron Legion, not the Noble Legion, Fine. What's their relationship in the story? What are they going to do? What's their purpose? Are they an antagonist? Are they trying to undermine Knight Warden William's authority? Are they trying to fight the orcs on their own? What are they trying to do? You are getting on my nerves, buddy. I fell for that one, and dead. Anyway. So...
Your team is breaking.
do you think a Mori faction could be cool? A Maori faction. They'd be cool, but I don't think they'd stand a chance against the others. I posted a character in the Discord. I doubt you saw it because you're busy with work. I just wanted to know if you could tell me if the information was sufficient or not. Send it to me again after we're done with the stream so that I can look at it, because I probably forgot about it. Also, how do you feel about completely original characters, Raven? Completely original characters are 100% fine. I do not mind completely original characters. Let me get you... and I just fell to my death. Oh, I'm lucky. Wouldn't that be funny if I did fall to my death, though? That'd be hilarious. In my attempt to execute you, I will die! I wanted him. Dang you all! Wait, I was fighting with 3 assassins? How did I win? What? It never happens. Usually if you have all assassins on your team, you're dead. Anyway. How does the lore of For Honor currently impact it? You mean the story? Only partially. It really doesn't affect it that much. I only use the basic lore to go off of. What I had in mind is making an Amaku Kensei some sort of beast of the Maya, grown up in the harsher regions of swamps and has connection with understanding of nature. Okay, that's good, Amin. I like that. That's a good setup for a character. But what I need now is, what is his relationship to Tomoe? What is he doing in Amaku? Did he swear fealty to Tomoe? Does he question her? Does he want to be her rival? Tell me how he relates to the Amaku samurai. Once I know that, then I can fit him into the story. Otherwise, I just don't know enough to fit him. Alright, let's pick another map. Oh, let's go to High Fort then, because that's the only one out of here that we haven't been to yet. Maybe a good way to solve this issue is to make, say, a template or a checklist like format for characters to follow if they want to be in the story. That's a good idea. I will make a list. I will make a template for y'all to fill out. I'll do that before I go to bed tonight. That'll be a good idea. Let's go... let's go Yilda. Alright. Knows every corner, every pathway, every animal and plant to the mire. Again, cool. Need to know more. Didn't think we were playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're not. We'll play that another time. But I'm a shitty writer. Hey, it's not about being a crappy writer. It's just about knowing what you need to add and what not to. And learning how to write better comes with time. Imagine we make all these characters and then Raven kills them all. I will not kill off characters unless I'm given permission to. Because I don't like just killing off characters randomly for no reason. There has to be meaning to the death. The beast mask and antlers help too. Yeah, I wouldn't mind as long as they die a fitting death. Of course, obviously. Okay, I've been thinking about updating my character through some fashion and adding tidbits of lore, but I didn't want to seem like I'm trying to force him into a spotlight of sorts. Yeah, that is a thing to be worried about when you're writing your characters. Please don't make the characters... please don't make the characters the kings of the story. And what I mean by that is, you can make them strong. You can make them legendary tier. You can make them really cool. Don't make them the end-all to beat-all. Don't make them indispensable. Like, they have to be in the story or everything just falls apart. Because then when you do that, you're probably writing a Mary Sue character. Hey, thanks, Shugoki, but I didn't really need your help. Here, in exchange, I got this one. Okay, laugh my eye. I accept characters, but no characters. I didn't say that. Just finished cooking my food, great dinner, and a show. Huh. You have a permission to kill Selena if you wish, Raven. I will keep that in mind. Will you include the orcs we've been making? In the story? Yes, I will try to do that. Immortal as an ageless or in the one berserker who can execute 3 times and comes back again to die a final time. Oh, you're talking about something else. No Mary Sue's. Yeah, I try to avoid that. And yeah, I really need to do a video. I did do a video on Mary Sue's are. You can check it out. It's one of my very old videos when I had horrible audio quality and I was still learning how to do this thing. And die. Play for me. Hold on, this is out of tune. Here, let me fix it. Nope. Busted. Why do you keep saying incredible? How do you feel about Frode, and what do you think I can do to improve him? I would need to look at his story again, honestly. Y'all have sent me a boatload of characters. I don't remember all their names off the top of my head. I need to look at my story notes. I mean, I appreciate you sending me all these characters. I'm trying to add them as best I can, but I need to keep notes so that I keep them all together.
You lost so many.
You got me. Shugoki, let me have this. Why do you do this to me, Shugoki? Why? Hey, Ruben, could you quickly rate the Halloween executions? Oh, you mean... okay, so Revenant Slayer is my favorite. Easily the best. Cheerios Avenger is my second favorite. It's just so amazing. I love it. I give Revenant Slayer a 10 out of 10. Cheerios Avenger an 8 out of 10. The werewolf killing one, definitely another 7. That'll be a 7 out of 10. I like that one, but I wanted more than just a quick run-by stab and then a sudden death. I expected more of a brawl out of that if it's a werewolf. And then the one that I think is the weakest is the Jiangxi Banisher. It's nothing. It's just a hopping vampire coming at you, place a mark on their head, they hop away. It's boring, lazy, and I don't like it. They really do need to add that cartoon kabong sound effect. Kill the trees! The trees are speaking Vietnamese! No one gets that joke. No one gets my jokes. Gotta go early tonight. Love your stuff, Raven. Keep it up. Thank you, Illicid. Thank you very much. Alright, let's kill this Peacekeeper. Yeah! Yeah! It's what I like! It's what I like! Wonderful. Do you want me to continue drawing faceless and giving them faces, or do you want me to wait until you mention them in story? You can draw them if you want to. I don't mind. You can draw them with their helmets on or with their masks on, or you can draw them with faces. Feel free. I love the art you do. It looks really cool. Janus Tyrant is a warden fighting for the Blue Dragons. You'll definitely need to explain why a warden chose to abandon the knights and fight for the Blue Dragons. You will need to explain that. Ambusher and trapper, sort of some sort. Okay. The trees are speaking Vietnamese. Yes, they are. Someone got my joke. Okay, one thing that I also want to talk about... You know what I have not done? I have not talked about this map at all. Let's kill this guy and then we'll talk about it. Oh my gosh, did you faint out of that attack? Very clever. Okay, you're starting to piss me off, Blackbriar. What? I was about to say, if I actually lose to you, Yilda will be most displeased. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Look at that. Skyrim. It's frickin' Skyrim. That is not Odin. Someone asked me if that is Odin. That is not Odin. He still has both of his eyes. So that is not Odin. This is I do not know the context of what this place is supposed to be, other than that is a fort over there that looks like some kind of Viking fortress. And I do not know why this is here. Probably harkening back to some pagan days. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to make any assumptions, but what I do like is this is one of the few open field kind of areas that I think looks great. Throwing that. I like open field fighting. It looks cool. And there's not as many obstacles to be thrown into. Got him. No. How do you feel about the tree with the face? I like them. I like all these things. How would you feel about the factions getting armor inspired by the other factions, like samurai inspired armor for the knights or metal armor for the Vikings? I've been for that for a while, because if we're going to treat this as realistic, then these characters should be learning from each other. They should all have armor similar to the knights at this point, because it's clearly the superior armor. Hold on. Your playing sucks! Yeah, I've missed a lot of comments, because I've been talking a lot. If Shiryu Avenger uses salt to kill, is that being salty? Well, yes. Yes, that is what it is. That is being salty. That is being very salty. Alright. So we've talked about those 3 maps. Didn't go into that one very much. There's not a lot to say about that one, because we kind of talked about it when I went through the story mode. Because that's the map from the story mode where you fight, what's her name? Civ. That's her name, Civ, yeah. Alright. Let's see if I got a new map I can use. Riverfront. Let's go the Shard. I like the Shard. This time we'll go a knight. Let's go Black Prior, just because. Well, you have to later, Akari, later. Idea for a character: a warden who used to be one of Daubany's right-hand men and is currently the leader of a warmonger hunting group. That'd be cool. That'd be kind of cool. He bumps into the Noble Legion while investigating the disappearance of his old master Daubany. Again, an interesting idea. How do you rep up so fast? I have been playing this game for ages. I have played this game since it was launched, and it is a game that I've played for a long, long time. I rep up my characters by focusing on them and balancing out which ones I want to work with and use the most. And then I play breach modes, use some XP boosters every now and then. But other than that, I just love playing this game, so I just end up repping up really quick. What if they made a map called Byzantine? I'd love it. Make it happen, please. I hope there's more maps in the Blackstone Castle. I wish there was. Okay, so let's talk about this map. First, look at that. I like that little bridge thing. It's so makeshift, but so cool. I like that aspect. I half expect to see like little soldiers running across it. Isn't that kind of neat? Oh boy. Oh, hello. I'd love to know where this leads. No. I fell for that one. Thank you, Warden. I appreciate you helping me out with that one. I mistimed that entirely, but didn't mistime that one. Dang it! I haven't played Black Prior in a while, so I'm a little bit off of my timing. Anyway, does Verano need a Dominion map for the Wulin? Does a bear shit in the woods? A quite literal Black Prior. Yep. I gave Janice a long backstory. Want me to redo it? You don't have to. Raven, can you send me a link to the Discord via chat or something? Because when I try to join the link in your video, it says the invitation expired. Sure. Give me just a second while I'm dead. I can do that. Come on. I clicked the thing. There. Copy. And paste. Alright, it's in the chat. Feel free to join up. Happy to have you on board. Is Tozen Samurai Daubeny? Yes. Yes, he is. Did I look at the Wulin Brawler you posted in Discord? I don't remember. I've been at work all day. I haven't had the chance to really look at much. Unless you posted it sometime before today, in which case, probably. Sometimes y'all talk about such random stuff, I don't know what stuff is directed at me and what's not. So don't be surprised if I go silent for a while in the Discord, because sometimes I just don't know what's intended for me and what's not. See if I can't get this timing right. Come on. I clearly did not.
You captured Zone B.
I was thinking of having my Kensei being a survivor of the Viking raid on the capital and Apollyon after that and developing their skills afterwards. It's fine if you do that. It's a long game until the trees start walking. Correct. Alright, so, you know how they said that there was no Christianity in, the Knights? Yeah, those look like angels to me. Come on, Warden. You killed me before. Can you do it again? Gotcha. Come on. Come on, honey. Oh, you... that was not cool. Okay. Now look at that. This makes no sense to me. If the enemy were to break down that door, they would have such easy access to every part of the castle just by forking left or right. I don't like that setup. I don't like that at all. Oh, how that's clever. Look, that's a runoff point for rainwater. Look, water could be poured down there. That's cool. Hello. Oh, no. Healing up.
You lost Zone A.
Oh, no. No. Stop trying to throw me in the water. This is becoming comical. Ha! Okay. I mean, the Greek harpies had wings, Raven. All harpies have wings. It's kind of what harpies are. They're bird women. Why did they name the story Warden? Maybe before he left and the Claim Mercy uses his name or a confirmed Mercy ship? I don't know what we're talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. People will start conversations in the Discord. I'm like, is that for me to know about? Hi, Nobushi. No. Ha, dead. Oh no, you guard break, happy son of a gun. No!
You captured Zone B.
Ah. I'll just keep wailing on you. Why you do this to me?
You captured Zone A.
Got this Arbush on the ropes, boys. Then he brought back up from all area. Oh wait, no, he's mine. He just looks so similar. Stop doing that. Hold on. The Nobushis of Empire! Ah! In the name of the Lord, amen! Couldn't resist it.
Enemy team is breaking.
Why you ruining my big moment, Centurion? Why you ruining my big moment? Alright. We never get the Warden's name, Raven. Which Warden? You mean the Warden from the story mode? Yeah, we never get it. But we never get the Raider's name either. Or the Orochi's. The thing that I dislike about the Shard is how it's a bunch of castles on top of each other in the middle of nowhere. The excessive amount of buildings puts it at a disadvantage. You're right. I don't like how they keep building on top of things. I think that that is weak and it's going to mess with the structural foundation over time. But what I do like is the complexity of it. Invading forces will have a hard time getting around inside of it. But on the other side of that spectrum, they're going to have a hard time. The allies are going to have a hard time getting around it too when there's a need. Oh, you're the last one? Ha. Alright, did Ubisoft say there was no Christianity in Knights, even though the Vikings saying, oh, there's no definite mention of it, some might have been Christian, but they're mostly polytheist bull crap. Do you have any original castles in For Honor and Glory? Yes, there will be original castles like the Great Black Castle. We'll mention that later in the story. We'll see it later. In fact, probably in a few chapters. And of course, Oxshire is an original castle. Just of curiosity, what are the colors of the Noble Legion? Blue and silver. You can see it on the Discord. Do you still talk to Toasty? Yeah, we talk every now and then. He sometimes contacts me. In fact, we talked just yesterday. So, he just hasn't invited me on to do a video lately, which is fine. Shard is just For Honor's version of Minas Tirith and Lord of the Rings. Change my mind. I will not change your mind because I actually agree with you. Let's pull out of here real quick and do a deathmatch because I want to talk about a few deathmatch maps too before I get off for the night. Alright. What do you mean their names are that Warden, that Raider, and that Orochi? Well, they are. That's all they're called. The Warden, the Raider, and the Orochi. That's all they're called. Hey, Raven, what if medieval warriors appeared now? They would be shocked as all get out. They would be. They wouldn't know what to think. They'd be, what the heck is all this? What happened to the world? What's this gun? I like it. A dealer of death and destruction. Luckily, I think he's referring to the For Honor story characters. I think you're right. Apollyon contradicts herself. One of the observations says that everyone in Asheville claimed to follow the same god as in... Yeah, I know. I've talked about that in my Christian video. The Viking chant was 2 chants from IRL. What's weird is it talks about crushing Christ and some words later about following him. I don't know. The translations are iffy whenever I find a video on them. Yeah, one of the lines in the Viking chant translates to crush Christ, doesn't it? I don't know. I haven't watched that video in a while. Then in another observable, she says knights worship gods of metal like iron, steel, and gold. I think that when Apollyon's saying that, she's talking about what the knights put the most value in. Just different rules, so more Christian than not. Maybe. Did you watch Go Go Danny? Yes, I did. Very interesting. I like his stuff. I do. Of all your characters, what is the total reputation? Once we get out of this match, I'll tell you because I don't remember offhand. I think it's 480 something. Okay, so we're now at the port, the harbor. Those are all long ships. That is not... I do like the design of that ship, though. That's a very nice ship. Hey! Stop beating up my T-on-D buddy. And he gets revenge. I said stop beating up my T-on-D buddy. Thank you. Check it out. It's a lion. And I ain't even lying. This looks almost like a junk ship, but it's not. The shape is all wrong. What's my strongest main? Well, that's a loaded question. If you're asking which one of my characters has the highest reputation, that's the Warden. But if you're asking which one I'm best at, that's a hard question to answer. I'm not spectacular with any, but I like to think I'm pretty good at Black Prior, who's a rep 21. Come on. Gotta survive this. Dang it. I did not survive it. Probably wouldn't have. Okay, what is your favorite For Honor fall scream? I don't have one. Raven, can I play For Honor with you this weekend? I work a lot this weekend, but if we're ever available at the same time too, sure. Do you play on PS4? I don't really know how much I like this ship on the interior. Like, and I'll show you why. Let me finish this T on D and I'll show you. Oh, great. You would. Zanhu messing in things he shouldn't. You're a disgrace to everything. Okay, so look over here at this side. Look at the ramp that leads up into the ship. That ship is not ready to set sail, and it probably won't be for a long time. They'd have to close off that ramp, rebuild the structure along the side, the railing to keep soldiers in. And how would you even get below deck? Because clearly it looks like you're supposed to get below deck. If you're not supposed to get below deck, then why is the railing so small? One slight tilt of the ship and everyone's going to go overboard. What is your favorite character? I'm not sure. Black Prior, probably. The light attack of Zanhu is the most annoying light attack in the game because it's almost impossible to deal with. Thank you for finally dying. Okay, so this is the cargo hold. This is where they're holding all their cargo before they go in. Way to kill him, dude. I appreciate that. Also, this ship has clearly seen some action. Look at the way that the paint has come off. That's really sad. Excuse me.
Round 5.
What game mode do I think would replace Tribute? Give me some time to think on that. I'd honestly want to see the Jormungandr event come back. I love that. I would also love a game mode like the Assassin's Creed game mode, where you get two commanders and you're fighting to force them to appear, and then you go and kill them to gain more points. You're dead. You're dead. He's dead. Do you think when Centurion comes out he was OP? Not really. I didn't really notice him that much. Honestly, the reason why I think a lot of people thought he was OP is because at the time that he came out, Shinobi also came out, and everyone was playing either Shinobi or Centurion, and Shinobi was so much weaker than Centurion that everyone just assumed that Centurion was OP. That execution from who has me cringing. How does he lift PK that high, much less Shugoki or Lawbringer? I don't know. Do you think when Centurion... Perry, might have asked this before, but I know when you really like Warhammer, but do you have any minis for the tabletop game? No. Honestly, I haven't played anything really Warhammer related. I'm just a fan of the lore. I just thought of a Peacekeeper joke. What is Peacekeeper's favorite food? Peri Peri chicken. Ha. Thoughts on the Halloween version of the maps or the Horkos ones? I don't really like the Horkos ones. The Halloween versions are cool, though. The Horkos versions are just, oh, look, Draconite everywhere. And look, Horko symbols. We did a thing! That's essentially all it is. Alright, let's find one more, and then we'll probably call it. Let's go to the Cinder Mill. Did you like Warmonger when she came out? I thought she was fine. I didn't really hate her like a lot of other people seemed to. Everyone else just seemed to despise her, and I was like, I don't see where all the hate's coming from. I don't think she's that bad, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've seen far worse. Far worse. Oh, Raven, I tried to share with you a cool name for your story. What's that? When you play with fans, do you invite them or do they invite you? Usually, I don't keep an eye out on that kind of stuff. Usually fans contact me and say, hey, can I play with you? And then if I'm available, I'll say, sure. If I'm not, I'll say another time, man. Oh, yeah, you did share that with me, Wendigo. Who do you think is the most OP character throughout all of them? Shugoki right now. Just his ability to trade damage is just so unbelievable. Like, if you ask me which one was the most OP of their faction, I would say, of the Knights, right now it's Warmonger. If of the Vikings right now, it's probably Highlander. Of the Samurai, it's probably Shugoki, and of the Wulin, probably Tiandi. Or Sanhu, one of those two. Horiko's maps are the equivalent of cities. They have been attacked by riots. Do you plan on streaming more of Valhalla? Yeah, I'll do more. I just know that everyone else is too, like Overtly Sarcastic Productions is, and I don't really care what they do anymore. I'll be honest. Why am I still subscribed to them? I need to unsubscribe to Overly Sarcastic Productions. I'll do that after I hang up. So sick of their crap. To think I used to respect them. Do you think it's possible for the Blackstone Legion to be reformed by someone? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I don't think anyone will let them, but I think they'd try. Raven, they hated Warmonger because of the minion clear. Yeah, that's one reason. That is one reason. The other reason is because it made it very difficult to gank, and that was a part of the game that a lot of people appreciated, and it also could change the face of a map so quickly. Catch. Anyway, who do I feel is the weakest of the characters? Shinobi. Shinobi and Peacekeeper are probably the weakest characters. He's currently working on a Tiandi who was banished from his village. It's an interesting idea. Oh, you're speaking Mandarin. I do not speak Mandarin. So I have no idea what you just said, unless you're quoting the Tiandi. Hold on, what happened with OSP? Oh, Overly Sarcastic. It's a personal thing with OSP for me. It's a personal thing. I used to really like Overly Sarcastic Productions. I used to really think they were cool. I used to enjoy everything they did, and I still, to some degree, enjoy some of Red's videos. But Blue's, I don't care for. I really do not care for Blue's videos. He made one video in particular that I could not stand, and ever since then I just don't trust him. So yeah, that's why. That one video I just have so much trouble forgiving him for. How did you dodge that? How did he? Ah, dang it. I'm missing something. What's going on with Sarcastic Productions? Never heard of them. Who is Andros? Andros is the Lawbringer that I created for the story. Who do you want to be the next hero if you know any? I haven't decided yet. I'll think on that. Okay, so my issue with Overly Sarcastic Productions. Blue released a video. This was a long time ago, by the way. Blue released a video about Egyptian history. And he started out by saying that one of the problems with studying Egyptian history is the Egyptians had a bad habit of erasing any part of their history that they thought was embarrassing or that they wanted to erase because they thought that it was negative. They didn't want to leave portions of their history in place that they thought would make them look bad. Okay, keep that in mind. And that's true. That is very true, what he said. There are cases of the Egyptians trying to wipe away historical truths about themselves that would be embarrassing. Okay, keep that in mind for a little bit. Later on in the video, when he brings up the famous Exodus, when the Jews escaped from slavery in Egypt to get away, he says that probably never happened, and his reasoning why is because there's no documented evidence from the Egyptians that it ever happened. And he does not apparently qualify the Bible as a historical resource on that. He treats it as a more of he said, she said. And here's my ultimate problem with that. This is the big problem. Me and my brother have discussed this profusely. The big problem we have with that, honestly, is that, firstly, the Bible is treated as a historical resource. Non-Christian and Christian historians do treat the Bible as historical, historically sound. Even if they don't agree with its theology, they agree with some of the historical aspects. But second, you literally said at the beginning of your video that the Egyptians erased portions of their history that they were ashamed of. Don't you think a mass slave revolt would be something they're ashamed of? And finally, and my brother revealed this to me, I didn't know, it's believed that the Jews escaped Egypt during the reign of Pharaoh Ramses II. During the time of Ramses II, you had the collapse of the Bronze Age, which saw lots of natural disasters and terrible phenomena, and the collapse of several kingdoms around the Mediterranean, which could have coincided with the Great Plagues that hit Egypt. Don't you think that's a period the Egyptians might not have wanted to write too much about because of how terrible it was? So, and then the big thing, if it never happened, if it was just made up, why are we still celebrating the Passover in Jewish communities today? It's not just coincidence that they still celebrate that to this day, if it was all just made up. Yes, I saw the hero that got leaked a month ago. I did a whole video on it. What if there was a Viking hero that used axe and shield? That'd be cool. What do you think of a black prior who tries to find his order's honor and becomes a white prior? I think that'd be an interesting idea. They become a paladin, in my opinion. Imagine an Egyptian faction for honor. That'd be cool. Okay, but back to what I was saying. The other thing that he does is he goes to the Wayward's Kang's argument. The Wayward's Kang's argument is this idea that a lot of people have been floating around that because black people can trace their lineage back to Africa, the pharaohs of Egypt, since Egypt is in Africa, were probably black. Now, there is evidence to suggest that during a brief period of Egypt's history, there were possibly black pharaohs, but that didn't exist for the entire duration of Egypt's history. It was a brief period, not the entire period. And my brother could come on. We could do a whole video on Egypt's history and talk about an Egyptian faction for honor, and he could tell you more about the truth behind Egypt's lineage and what they most likely were and where their ancestors were likely from. But see, it's stuff like that that gets me riled up. It wasn't historically sound. He was inserting political dogma, which should never be done in history. Let history exist as history is. Like, for example, the whole idea that knights aren't Christian and for honor, and then saying, stop trying to insert history to for honor. The knights may have been Christian in history, but that doesn't mean they aren't for honor. Look, you may not like that the knights were Christian in history, but part of being a knight was, yes, being Christian. You swore oaths not only to your Lord and to your King, but to God. Quite often, knights went to war in the Crusades, especially the Crusades, in the name of God. Christianity was a fundamental part of what the knights did. Anyway, back to reading these cons. I'm going to draw that with what if Viking Vanguard? Okay. Would you support a basic Roman soldier to their either replace Centurion or to add? Add. For the Viking theme song video, I expect to see Sons of Plunder. I already did the Viking theme song video. Did that a while ago. Hello, Raven Knight. It is I, the Warmonger, but at this point you can call me Warmonger, but I hope you will accept me into the Raven Knight clan. You may join the Order of the Raven. Gotta go, Raven. Later, Wendigo. I've been here ever since 23 subs. Ah, yes, yes. Thank you for sticking around this long. What do you think is the best event in For Honor? The Jormungandr event, hands down. Test your metal. I don't know. I still like the Jormungandr event. Also, why can't Ubisoft add a Spartan to For Honor? I don't know. What faction would they be in? What would you think of a Spartan soldier here for the Knights? Be cool. It'd be cool. What would be his special abilities, and how would his fighting style be different from someone like, say, Valkyrie or Centurion? Tyrant says, I miss Antler Mom and Astria. I miss that too. What do you think of a joke character that is a grunt character for each faction? That'd be kind of cool. I felt like the hero that got leaked a month ago should have been for the Vikings. I think so too. Okay, that's enough of that for now. It's late, and I've got an early morning tomorrow because I work a double tomorrow. I work all day, morning till night. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching this. I know that it wasn't super long or detailed. I know y'all probably wanted me to go into more stuff, but I wanted to make this super quick because I think that it's because I like talking to you guys. I like being real with you and being and doing discussions with you. And occasionally I'll just do a live stream where I just play a game and just talk with you guys because I like talking with y'all. I like answering your questions. And I like feeling connected to y'all. Sometimes on the Discord group, I don't know what y'all want me to address or what y'all want me to talk about unless y'all tell me. And I will try my best. So there is that. Finally, last thing that I'll say before I get off is I really appreciate you guys being so supportive of me as I'm going through this. Tomorrow I won't be on very much because again working, but Friday I have a day off. I'll be spending some of that time working on my novel and my stories. If you still want to add characters to the story, I totally want you to, and I will create a template later tonight for y'all to fill out, which tells me everything I need to know for adding them to the story. This has been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this, and I hope that y'all have a great night. Talk to y'all later. Bye.